Asta, tell me, why do people feel upbeat and good about themselves after a good workout or a very beautiful dance session?
Well, actually, dance and fitness is so therapeutic in itself because even without knowing, even without going into the mind, there are two, three things that happen. One, in a dance class or in a fitness scenario, you are 100% present in the body, which is something which is so rare. If you think about it, we're always, mind is wandering here, there, everywhere. But when you are in the body, when you're working it out, when you're moving, when you're following steps, you are 100% in the here and now. That automatically brings so much integrity to the body and mind. Two, when you are dancing or when you are in a fitness scenario, 3 out of 4 of your happiness hormones get secreted. Dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. All of these. So, dopamine is the happy hormone when you feel that you have achieved something. Endorphin is when you get excited because you have done something for yourself. And serotonin makes you feel a lot of love for yourself and the people that you are with, dancing with, and around that. And all these three get secreted in that 1 hour of class or that 15 minutes of warm up or workout that you're doing. So, automatically, without even trying, at the end of a body movement class or a somatic class or a dance class, you end up feeling good about yourself. You always end up going back home with a smile. And I think the third thing that also happens is you begin to connect to your breath a lot more. Because it starts with not having a choice, but eventually that breath begins to move you, and your breath is what is helping you live. And when you're able to connect with it with awareness, magic happens. So just these three things, I think.
Amazing. Thank you, Asta.
Thank you.
Here's an amazing person who's learned to master the integration of left brain and the right brain. She has been a corporate person, crunching numbers and statistics. And at the same time, she had interest in dance and choreography. She also is an amazing healer and a mentor to so many people. I wonder how she manages to integrate so many talents and versatility and deliver and create such a beautiful platform and space for so many people to rediscover themselves. Introducing Ms. Aastha Gulati, a radical facilitator, mentor, choreographer, a wonderful mentor and guide to so many people, and at the same time, somebody who knows body in and out through her training as a yoga facilitator and physical trainer. Over to you, Asta.
Hello. Hi, Atman. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. When I heard that emotional well-being is happening in January, I was so happy to be a part of this, and I hope in whatever little way I can contribute and help people connect a little more to themselves through the body, with the mind, and just by being who they are. So, yeah.
Wow. Asta, what made you go for wellness education and services?
Hmm. Well, there were two reasons. One, there was always the calling that I had to reach out and do something more than just work, and I had to bring a shift in people's life. There was always this knowing that I had to do it. And I surprisingly realized that I used to do it as a kid as well. Like as a kid, I remember we used to set up these tiny stalls with hand painted diyas and give it to people for Diwali. Then I went ahead and started taking tuition classes for people because I want those who were not doing, say, well in class. So I was teaching them. So somewhere that reaching out thing, calling has always been there. Second, I also I've always been very connected to my body. Body has been something that I've always worked with, used it to express myself, and I realized a lot of there's a bridge. There's a beautiful bridge between the body and the mind, which I wanted to tap into, and I wanted to understand that, okay, if I'm feeling a certain way in the mind, if I move a certain way in the body, can I feel differently by the end of it? Or vice versa, if my body is feeling heavy, can I work on the mind and the body shifts? And that entire bridge is what actually got me into this.
Wellness.
Yes, yeah, yes.
Thank you. That's so amazing. So, Asa, I know you're going to present some dance based on chakras, and I know you and me, we understand chakras, but I want to understand from your perspective. What do you think chakras are?
Mm, so, so like I said, so there are so many beliefs and things that we carry with ourselves, like a simple thing like I'm not good enough, or my body is not good enough, or the fact that I'm lazy, oh I procrastinate, oh I'm a jealous person, I'm insecure. Like all these beliefs that we are carrying somewhere, we talk to ourselves or the world speaks to us, it somewhere gets it has to lodge somewhere, like it doesn't disappear, right? So, and I always feel that it's the body that takes the toll, because this is our mechanism, and when we don't deal with these emotions, what gets clogged or what gets blocked is somewhere the chakras, the energy vortices in the body, which when they are functioning, it's like a breezy day, a nice summer day with breeze happening, and you're walking through the road with very little traffic, very few people around. You can just enjoy everything around, look around. But the same walk, when there are so many people, there's traffic, there's congestion, maybe there's keychad on the road, the experience changes, right? So for me, chakras have always been that if they're functioning, they're healthy, they're in alignment with each other, and there's a free flow, even if you are going through a disturbing time, you don't get stuck there. You're able to move from there. You're able to kind of find your shunya or your balance much sooner. And the whole basically the whole feeling of being stuck somewhere is where the issues truly begin, is what I feel. And what gets actually stuck is the energy in our chakras. So that release or that flow is important for an overall healthy lifestyle, even if you're not going through a particular issue. Just overall immunity is better, environment is better, you see things working for you better when your 7 chakras and actually all your chakras are open. So that's how I feel about.
That's so amazing. People open chakras with different mechanisms and ways. There's some people who work with crystals, energy, emotions, thoughts. Aastha does amazing exercises with dance, and it's so much fun because I've attended a couple of sessions with her live uh, and on site as well, and it's been fun for the participants. And trust you're going to enjoy it thoroughly. However, you'll have to wait till January because this program is part of Emotional Wellness Summit to be held in January online. It's free, and never miss a chance to grab what Asta takes you through because her experiential training is so amazing. Asta, tell me how body movements and emotions are interrelated. And does emotional wellness affect the body movement?
Absolutely. So, I've had students come into my class feeling so stressed and worked up because of the day. In fact, only yesterday I was talking to someone who was almost on the verge of being laid off with all the things that are happening. And I said, okay, instead of fighting this emotion, let's use it. Let's use it in class. And we started moving through that anger that she was feeling, and the whole feeling that I've given so much to the company is doing this to me. So I said let's accept this, and let's move with it. And by the end of it, It was actually quite miraculous. She also ended up feeling much lighter and much better, of course. And she also got an email. She messaged me at night that I haven't been laid off. My team is okay. So, I mean, I'm not saying like it's related or something, but there is a miracle. So instead of fighting so many emotions that the body has, we move with it. Like, so if the body is angry, there's a certain kind of movement it wants to do. We let it happen. We use the breath. If it's feeling like it wants to flow, or you are feeling stuck, start with the feeling of being stuck in the body and see how the body itself wants to open up and start moving eventually. So there are two ways. One, we start with the mind and go into the body. The other is you approach from the body and the mind also begins to shift. So both approaches, I think, have worked miraculously with people, and all thanks to you that you've given all this insight, and we just happened to bridge it beautifully. So yeah.
Yeah, you've taken it forward. So I also wanted to take advantage of this interview and learn for myself also a little bit. So what kind of emotions people store in legs, according to you?
So, legs, I have found a lot of people with issues in the legs are those who have not been moving forward in life. Generally, they've been
Mm,
feeling either very stuck, they've been procrastinating, they've been holding themselves back. And then I further found that either because they have this fear of, like, being emotionally hurt, that's when maybe they're often when we do a few poses, the calf muscles act up as being very, very stiff for them. Sometimes the hamstrings behind are extremely knotted up, which is generally a feeling that attachment to where I am, and I want to kind of stay there. So the legs, I found, either are people who've often been feeling stuck, they don't want to move ahead in life, they've also been running away from certain experiences, like this whole feeling of escaping. Those are general things that I found get stored in the legs. Even this feeling that this is the only way to move forward in life. When they have this thing, generally the knees, most knee issues, and I've seen so many people with knee issues somehow, because I think we've all become very rigid that this is the way to move forward, this is the only way, otherwise I'm not going to do it. So I think these are issues that generally get stuck in the leg area, which can be worked either with movement and affirmations combined at the same time. It works quite beautifully, actually.
wow. Now, tell me, according to you, what kind of emotions are stored in hands?
So hands have been very interesting, because this has also been my story. So a long time back, a teacher pointed out to me that when I move, my hands get disruptive after a point. And after, when I got into radical, I understood that so hands and arms are also a mechanism of reaching out. But when we often feel that life is a fight or life is a struggle, these very arms and hands become chaotic. And I've noticed this a lot in the way people move in the class also. And so when you have this fight mechanism which is too much in the body, and you feel that life is a struggle, everything comes difficult to me, they're not able to formulate arms in a particular manner. It gets very like and the moment you start working with that belief, you're able to use the muscles and the cellular memories in the arms to be able to reach out, to be able to raise your hand when you need to, and rather than it being a mechanism of just fighting and pushing people away. So yeah, that's arms for me.
And what about the neck and shoulder area? People would be interested in knowing that.
Neck and shoulder area is again this feeling of constantly being burdened, carrying so much responsibility. Now, responsibility can be something that you feel others are putting on you, but somewhere you say yes to it. And whether it's past burdens or whether it's the worries of your future, you keep carrying this. And this area I've also felt is very closely related, because I feel a lot of people feel burdened these days because that's also a mechanism for them to just put their head down and keep working, like, keep doing their bit, stay humble in a manner, because there is this huge fear that if I don't be the responsible one, if I don't play my duties, I will get arrogant. I will also get lazy. sometimes. Like people have started equating arrogance and lazy is something I found a lot, and which is why these areas generally have gotten very, very affected. Even when, like, sometimes you're going through this phase. In fact, in one of the sessions with my students, they had come from a space of feeling extremely, like, borderline, like arrogant about something, and while moving itself, that area began to click. And when we went deep into it, we realized that, okay, this is what is happening, which is an overcompensation mechanism for a previous feeling of not good enough. So yeah, it starts connecting the dots when we work.
So, Asa, do you have any particular advice for our listeners?
I think till we meet in Jan, I would just suggest that love your body, listen to your body, and if there are any sort of beliefs you carry about yourself and your body, um, it starts from there. Because if we are not in acceptance of what we have been given, um, everything else around us also we will not be able to accept. So it starts with how we are made.
Do you have any suggestion for people who will be participating in your webinar in terms of dress code or anything that they need to keep it handy?
So I would just suggest dress comfortably. So maybe some track pants or tights, a t-shirt or a kurta is okay. Something in which you can just free flow and move. Have a towel handy if in case you feel that it's not going to sweat, like it's not that much, but sometimes it's helpful to just wipe off a little bit, and a bottle of water with you for sure, for grounding and um, just taking a break in the middle.
Does one have to be on empty stomach, or it's okay to have little food here and there?
Little food, maybe an hour before is okay, not immediately before. If immediately before you are hungry, maybe a banana or something is enough. Not like a full meal 10 minutes before the session.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. I'm sure so many people would be looking forward to this innovative way of awakening chakras through dance steps. Asta, thank you so much for saying yes to this workshop. I'm also looking forward to it. And let's have a blast. Thank you. Looking forward to.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Atman. It's an honor.